InsideThunder.com, powered by iHeartMedia, Oklahoma City.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at the Thunder practice facility. Day 2 of practice and day 2 of two-a-days. After practice today, the Thunder will hit the hardwood again tonight. So far, it has gone very well. Coaches and players all seem to be very pleased. Coming up, you'll hear from Thunder head coach Scott Brooks, newcomer Anthony Morrow, who says this is the best organization he's ever been a part of. And Serge Ibaka comes out too, and pay a close attention as we get into this, as Serge kind of gets into it just a little bit with Myron Patton from Fox 25.
Two days into your first training camp with the Thunder, I mean, what do you kind of feel about the organization?
It's A1, man, all the way from top to bottom. Practice has been unbelievable. Guys coming in, working hard, no egos, pushing each other every day, competing, and definitely probably the best training camp I've been a part of in my 7th season.
What are the kind of things that you guys are trying to put in place this early in camp?
Just a lot of chemistry, a lot of fundamental work, just a lot of the basics, just things that we need to do, little things we're going to need to do during the season and postseason as well. So just the main thing is just keeping guys, intact, understanding that it's going to be one day at a time. It's not going to be one giant leap. We got to take one day at a time and get better every day and push each other every day.
Coming over from a different organization, is learning the terminology that this team uses compared to what you've been used to in the past, is that one of the biggest adjustments?
Yeah, it's probably the biggest adjustment for me. Just defensively, I take a lot more pride than I have, in my earlier days, obviously. But just figuring out where to be and knowing the terminology helps me get to my spots earlier. Helps me communicate and can be one on string with my teammates more. If I'm on the court with 4 guys that's been on a team last year and years before, I want to be able to kind of have a step ahead of everybody else coming off the bench if I have to do that. So I just want to make sure that I know where I need to be and I can get there early so I can do a good job defensively to help my teammates.
Do these defensive schemes seem more complex than other teams you've been on?
I wouldn't say more complex. It's just the guys have been on the team longer. So it's a lot of stuff that they know and that they do because they can play off each other just as well defensively as they can offensively. So when you're a new guy on the team, you want to come in and kind of get on that same string with them. And that could be difficult at times, but that's where learning the terminology and studying the film, that's when all that comes into play.
Is that the biggest thing you kind of sense between this team and the other teams you've been on, just how long they've been together, the core has been together?
Yeah, I think the only other team maybe I've been on was Dallas. That kind of had that, but their core had been kind of shaken up since they won that championship. But it's similar. It's a lot more guys. The staff's been here as long as the players. So that's something you don't see top to bottom over the years. You can definitely tell why they've been successful so long. I'm just like a sponge at this point, just learning everything I can and just soaking it all in.
Anthony, are you the type of shooter that needs minutes to get your rhythm, or can you really find your touch as soon as you come in the game?
I've worked to become a better shooter in shorter minutes, which is obviously harder for anybody to do, even great shooters. But I think the main thing is just the mentality to know that if you miss 2 and you don't get any more shots, then you're not off, or you're not having a bad shooting game or a slump. You just missed 2 shots. So that's how I take it. I don't look at percentages or anything like that. Like I said, sometimes they won't be going in, and at times it's going to be, you're going to be really hot. So it's just about the preparation, coming in before practice, working out after practice, and I'm going to continue to do those things that I've been doing for 7 years.
Have the shooting contest started between you and KD, you and Lamb?
Yeah, we shoot together, but it's like a little hidden competition kind of, when we shoot. So it's fun. We compete, we push each other all through practice, and you don't want to be the last guy to make a shot in the spot if you're shooting with 2 guys that can shoot. So
I know you played with Corver. Who are some of the better shooters you've played with?
Stephen Curry, Cal, obviously. Now Kevin. It's going back kind of far, man. Dirk definitely. I think that might be it in terms of the elite guys.
Where does Jeremy kind of fit in? I mean, he's so young and coming up, but I mean, that's kind of his calling card a little bit too.
He's a special type of guy, man. He's long. He can get to the rim. He can finish. He's athletic, and he can really shoot. I think he's on his way to being one of the elite shooters in the game, and I think it's all gonna come together for him this year.
Are you kind of seeing that as a guy you might need to, mentor a little bit? It's kind of similar games in some way.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Just we work out every day together, so anything. I try to encourage him as much. He definitely encourages me as well, and we push each other in workouts. We've been pushing each other since July, out in Vegas working out. So it's definitely good. I'm seeing him grow even more since Vegas, and I'm just trying to be like a sponge and learn as much as I can as well.
Coach Anthony was saying that these first few days of camp are a good chance for him and the rest of the guys to kind of get reintegrated with those fundamentals that you want to put in. What are some of the things that you guys are trying to put in this early in camp?
Well, we definitely have, with all of our returning players, we can get right into a lot of the things that we've done in the past. And the newer players have done a great job at integrating right away. We defensively, we're putting in our system. I told the guys, you can't get bored with the process. You can't get bored with working on good habits every day. We've always used the 30 days of training camp as the springboard to our season, and I think our guys understand that. They've been around each other for a while, and they understand how important it is to come in, do your job every day, and get the work done, and continue to challenge each other, push each other, and make the team better day by day.
How much of that changes that system from year to year? Because your staff's been here, you got some guys that have been here. Is it reinforcing, or is it something new?
I think it's a combination of reinforcing and adding wrinkles along the way. I think the more experiences that we've had over the years, now we can really add to it. Not a lot. I mean, we're pretty good at it, but it's just trying to find areas that we can enhance our defense and our offense. I think our guys are receptive to all of that, and they work hard. That's one thing about our group. They're gonna put the time in, and they're gonna put the effort. They're gonna come with the effort every day. It's the exciting part about coaching this team.
Nick, what steps did you see Russ take in the playoffs last year? And is he a different guy after the playoff experience than he was maybe coming into the previous year?
Well, I think every year, not only Russ, with all of our guys, you get better with a lot of the things that you put into practice. We all get to see the 48 minutes game nights, but really what makes players and makes teams are the practice planning, the practice court. And Russell puts a lot of effort, a lot of energy to getting better. He's demanding of himself. He holds his teammates accountable, and he's improved. He's improved. He's learned a tough position at an early age, and he's done a great job of leading us at an early age. And I think all that hard work over the years is starting to pay off over the last few years. He's athletic, but his leadership skill is matching that.
Nick's minutes have kind of steadily declined over the last 3 years, a career low last year. Has that been by design as he gets older?
No, not really. It's just, we have different makeup of a team. As Serge has been playing more minutes, Nick has been playing less minutes. And I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to figure that out. Serge has improved and deserves more minutes. I think Serge has only started off playing 18, 19 minutes his first year, and he's added, I think last year was 32. Nick is a big part of what we do. And one thing about Nick, you can put him for 5 minutes or 35 minutes. He's going to give you everything he has. He's going to be always about the team. I like Nick at that level of playing time. I think Nick he's reliable. He's played a lot of games, and he's consistent with not only his effort but his basketball IQ. He helps the team score points without scoring points.
Is this as crowded a backup big rotation as you had? Perry, Steven, even Mitch this year potentially, and then obviously Nick with that.
We have a good team. I don't look at it if it's crowded or not crowded on any particular position. I think a lot of our players are basketball players. They can play both guard spot. They can play both forward spot. Our centers can play some four spots. So I look at basketball players more than basketball positions, and I think we're good all the way around.
When you get a new player like Anthony Morrow, everybody knows he can shoot, but he just talked about how he's concentrating more on defense. Do you try to expand his role to see maybe some things you learned about him that now you've got as opposed to when you were playing against him?
Well, he has the mindset that's where it needs to be. Defensive, paying attention to the defensive details is what gets you on the court more than if you don't do that. He's a terrific shooter. He's one of the NBA's best three-point shooters. There's no doubt that he's going to make a lot of shots if left open, or he does a great job of setting himself up to get open. But defensively, he's solid. He understands. He's going to have to, it's going to take him some time to learn our system, but he understands how important it is to win games. You have to be able to defend to give yourself a chance to score.
Scott, is he more of a spot-up guy, or does he do work coming off screen as well?
He's one of the few guys in the league that can score off of a catch and shoot, off of a pin down, or catch and shoot off of a driving kick. And there's a subtle difference in that, but he has great footwork to come off of a pin down and be able to catch and shoot with good rhythm and good balance. But his corner three-point shooting is, it's right there at almost nearly 50%, and we like to get better as a team, and adding him obviously helps. The three-point shooting coach that I am.
From what you've seen so far in the early going, how much has Andre's shot improved from where it was last season?
He's improved. There's no doubt. It's through the work that he's put in, but he still has some ways to go. But I don't focus on what he can't do. I enjoy coaching the guys and focusing on what they can do, and work on the things that they're not good at. And he does a lot of good things. And that's one thing that he has to continue to work on, and he will. He's going to put the time in. Our staff's going to put the time in. But I like to focus on all the things that he does well.
What have you noticed so far about Sebastian Telfair, and what do you want to see out of him?
Just continue to bring his leadership. He's been around a lot of teams, and he understands that he's on a team that's committed to getting better every day. And I think he enjoys being around the group of guys that we have. Guys that work hard and challenge each other and push each other and look out for each other, and I think he enjoys that. I've only spent not a lot of time with him, but I'm excited to get to know him and seeing what he brings. But I like what he brings so far, is just his leadership and his ability to connect with guys.
What do you think needs to happen for Serge to take the next step and become an all-star this year?
That's one thing. That's one area that I don't really pay close attention to. All-star, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year. I look at our team. I really just focus on our team goals and our team improvement. Starting, not starting, playing time, not a lot of playing. I look what's best for the team. Serge has done a great job of improving every year, and from what I've seen the last couple of days, he's improved again. His body looks stronger. His basketball IQ has improved through all the time that he's had with us and during the years in playoffs, and then overseas and playing in international competition. He has improved. All-star, it's so early. There's so many factors and variables that go into that. And knowing Serge like I know him, he's not focused on that. He's focused on helping us win games, and everything else takes care of itself.
Scott, 2 days into training camp, Anthony said flat out this is the best camp he's ever been a part of.
Who said that?
Anthony. He said this organization is A1 top to bottom. So as a head coach, when you hear a guy who's been around a little bit, and other guys have said it too, you hear that out of a veteran. What runs through your mind?
Well, it's good to hear. We feel the same way. It's good that when we bring players in, they feel the same way. There's a lot of pride that takes place here. I think all players from top to bottom, we enjoy being here. We enjoy playing for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and having guys come in and feel that way right away. We know we're doing something right, and I think a lot of guys, I think everybody in the building is prideful. We take a lot of pride in what we do and who we do it with.
Scott, late in the season last year, guys started publicly talking about sacrifice. Exit interviews in June, I think it more guys start talking about it, including yourself, and then they come back. Media day is another hot topic. When you think about the term sacrifice, what exactly are the things that you're looking for out of your team in that area?
Well, you have to give up yourself for the team. I think everybody understands team, but few teams execute their understanding of being a good team. And we over the years, we've improved in a lot of areas, and sacrificing is another area that we've improved in. And sacrificing is just not, it's just not points, it's not minutes, it's everything. You know, if you're, like I told Nick Collison, you have to shoot the ball when you're open. And your job is not just to dive on the floor for loose balls and set screens. If you're open, you got to shoot the ball. And same thing with Steven. And those guys are so good at sacrificing their bodies, and they sometimes they forget that if they're open, they can shoot the ball also. But I think our guys have really improved in a lot of areas, and that's another area that going into this year that we understand that we have to improve in that area.
How far, how close do you think you are? How far away do you think you are from reaching that goal of, Perk keeps talking about San Antonio and Miami last year with LeBron and those guys. How close do you feel like your team is to getting to that level in terms of sacrificing for the greater good and winning the championship?
Well, I think that's an area that you never get satisfied. I think when you relax and let your guard down, individuality starts taking place. It's something that we've never focused on here, but on the other side, we're always looking to stay into the team, and you have to sacrifice every day. You can't be a guy that only sacrifice on odd days. You got to sacrifice every day of the week and really focus on bringing your best for the team every time on the court.
Serge, first couple days of practice, how's it gone for you so far?
For me or for the team?
Both.
Both. Well, I think it's most important about the team. So we're doing great. Our first couple days with the new guys, everything going well.
What do you think of the new guys so far?
We got great new guys. The young talents. They like to work hard. And I'm sure we're going to do a lot of things this year.
What are some of the kind of fundamentals on offense and defense you guys are trying to install early in camp?
I just try to get better on our offense. We're going to never forget how first focus is defense, but also we try to build some great offense. I'm sure we learned from the playoffs, so I think it's tough for us, to keep working on and just getting better and better.
You guys have all been here together, the core of this team, for so long. Does that make starting training camp even easier?
Yeah, it's easier, especially for the guys who be here for a long time. It's easier, and the new guys, they're doing a better job to pick it up some stuff quick, so it's making it easier for everybody.
When you got a new guy like Mitch McGarry, or just really even Anthony Morrow, who's new to the team,
yep.
Do you pretty much say, we're going to go at our pace, you got to pick it up, or do you try to help them along and let them?
Yeah, we help them, but of course they know what they need to do. We help them, but we are not here to wait. We don't have time to wait. That's I think 4 years ago. Now it's time to go. Now it's time to do big things. So they know what time it is, and coach will be telling us, to stay focused when we are doing something on the court. The young guys, they are very focused to watch what we're doing. Then it's gonna be easy for them.
You said that you had a basketball court built in your hometown, if I'm not mistaken. Why was that important to you?
It was important to me because that's where I started to play basketball. My mom and dad, they started playing basketball out there too. So for me, it was like an obligation, to do some for my, I can say my old team. That's where everything started.
Hey, Serge, what would mean more to you this year if you were awarded Defensive Player of the Year or named an All-Star?
Everything. Both. Because I've been working hard for the last 8 years, non-stop. And I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm sure one day, maybe this year, maybe next year, but I'm sure one day because I will keep pushing, I will keep working hard.
Do you feel like people around the league now are finally starting to recognize how much you mean to this team, especially after your impact was seen when you missed those games in the West Finals?
I think so, because like always we say, how pay off, no? So I think so.
How close do you feel you are? I mean,
Like I say, I never know, you know, can be this year, can be next year. But one thing I know, because I cannot control that, if it's gonna happen this year or not, next year. The one thing I can control is working hard and keep pushing myself.
Do you expect to take more threes this year and keep expanding that long range shot?
Yeah, I expect to take more through this year, especially in the corners, you know, because I'll be getting better and better. And also I think it's gonna be great for us, for the team, to have some straight guys who can open the floor and gonna make easy for Kevin or Wes or Reggie to make play.
Looked like you shot a couple from the top of the key in the feed, but I mean, is that something? I mean, I know corners you're probably more comfortable, but top of the key, though?
Like I said, keep working every year, so I'm gonna keep working. You never know, surprise.
You'll be stretch 4?
No. I'm already stretched 4. I don't just shoot 3 on the top. I'm already stretched 4.
So you're already there, huh?
Yes, I'm already there.
Go ahead.
This is just
So you watch us play, what?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
When I consider stretch, I consider 3-point range, not necessarily just 17, 18. But that's
that's a stretch because I'm rolling every time. I roll when the team needs me to roll. When I'm go 5 and Kevin going 4. But normally when I'm playing a 4, I'm always pop. So that's stretch or no? You tell me, maybe I'm wrong.
It's not as stretched as much as others. I guess.
We call so what are you gonna call that?
Like Dirk. Dirk is I consider like.
No, but so what you gonna call pick and pop? If it's 2 pick and pop, what are you gonna call it?
I'm saying when I
it's raw or straight.
It's stretched this way. It's not stretched this way.
Stress is stress.
As far as the music.
Hey Serge, last year several times you were called on in a tight situation to make that long shot. Kevin kicking out to you or Russ. How big of a deal is that for you to see their confidence in your play going into the season?
I think it's helped me a lot. You know, when you know your teammates trust you, and especially coaches. You know, he tell all the guys when Serge is open, pass him the ball. That's make me confidence and to keep working. So that's how I be doing all summer in Spain, and I'm sure you're gonna pay off this year.
Couple more. Talk about your humanitarian work. First of all, how long have you been doing it? And just not everybody gives back. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of guys that get a lot, don't give back, but you do.
Well, first of all, I don't want to judge nobody who give back, who don't give back. Me, it's just my personality, you know, and where I come from, what the thing happened in my life, you know, so it's different. That's how I do it.
Serge, can you talk about, on a serious note, the Ebola outbreak?
Obviously, oh my God.
Congo hasn't been hit as hard as Liberia and some of those.
We got 2 Congo, so I don't know which Congo you're talking about. We got 2 Congo. So which Congo are you talking about?
I don't know.
So you make sure you know, then you come ask me a question. I want to answer you.
I'm asking you about your thoughts on the Ebola outbreak, and now it's in America where it hits home a little bit more, but obviously it's been a very serious situation in Africa for a long time now.
Yeah, things are tough. It's tough for everybody. You know, it's tough because it's something be killing a lot of people in Africa, and it's sad too. You know, I really hope the world can figure out how to stop Ebola, because, like you said, now it's getting in ESA now. That is pretty sad and tough for everybody. You know, I really hope we can. The world can figure out. You know, people who do best, because I play basketball. People who do best on that job. You know, I really hope they can find some solution for that, because we cannot let that keep going.